They've stood at the front lines of law, leadership, and public service. From the courtroom to the classroom, Attorney Karen Jimeno brings sharp legal insight, academic excellence, and a voice that has guided national conversations. Attorney Mike Toledo, a seasoned public affairs strategist and legal mind with years in media, corporate leadership, and government reform. Together, they bring law to life with experience, integrity, and the courage to ask hard questions. Two minds shaped by the law. Two voices trusted in and out of the courtroom. This is Abogado.
Good evening. You're watching Abogado, where the sharpest legal minds tackle the issues that shape our future. I'm Attorney Mike Toledo.
And I'm Attorney Karen Jimeno. Tonight, we open the doors to a subject that blends science, public health, and public policy. One that stirs the emotions of patients, families, doctors, and yes, lawmakers too.
It's a topic often whispered in hospital corridors, discussed in Congress, and now it's time to talk about it openly with the law front and center.
Let's hear our proposition tonight.
For families battling pain, hope often comes in small, unconventional forms. Around the world, medical cannabis is being used to treat epilepsy, cancer pain, and chronic illness, offering relief where other medicines fail. Supporters say it's time for the Philippines to follow suit, to uphold the right to compassionate care, supported by science and responsible regulation. But others warn, opening the door to medical cannabis risks misuse, abuse, and a weakening of drug enforcement in a fragile system. As we balance care and caution and science with law, we're faced with a difficult question. Should medical cannabis be legalized in the Philippines?
Joining us tonight is Attorney RBC Buenaflor, Senior Partner at Regillo and Buenaflor Law Offices. A seasoned litigation lawyer, he has handled cases in criminal, civil, labor, family, and administrative law, and has served as a legal consultant to both government agencies and private institutions. His experience includes key roles at the Department of Public Works and Highways, the National Commission on Muslim Filipinos, and the House Committee on Banks and Financial Institutions.
He is also a former director of the IBP Quezon City chapter and a lecturer in gender and development and alternative dispute resolution. Attorney Buenaflor brings a grounded, multifaceted perspective to today's conversation on medical cannabis.
Okay, so let's start our discussion. This is something that's very interesting because personally, when I was studying at UC Berkeley, there was a dispensary in front of our school. So it's highly legal in California to use cannabis. Not just medical, recreational. Yeah.
That's why this topic is really very interesting, and I'm sure a lot of our friends and people that we know would really be interested to find out what exactly is the status. Can we legalize marijuana, or as we call it during our time, Mary Jane?
Yeah, and some historical context. Diba, attorney, meron na tayong bill na pumasa na on, is it third reading in Congress?
Yes, on the third reading. But before anything else, good evening. Thank you for having me.
Our pleasure.
I guess it's really high time, pun intended, to really discuss this matter. Yeah. So going back, there's already a House bill that has already passed the third reading. This bill, I believe it was in 2019 when it passed the third reading. So sa side ng House of Representatives, it's already good. And dito naman sa side naman ng Senate, meron pa rin tayong Senate bill dyan. If I'm not mistaken, it was back in 2022 when it was filed by Senator Robin Padilla.
Okay,
nasa plenary yun, no?
Yeah.
Ano yung general perspective mo, attorney, so far on this Cannabis Medicalization Act of the Philippines?
First and foremost, don't panic, it's organic. That's what many people say. But for me personally, I really believe that this is something good so long as it's regulated. Because if we really discuss the topic here, we should remember 3 terms here. Medical, regulated, and constitutional even. Ito kasi yung nagiging safeguards natin pagdating sa use or legalization ng medical marijuana. It's not really something na para sa recreational use, but purely for medical reasons. So, people who need it should get it.
So sa iyong pananaw, bakit ngayon nagkaroon ng renewed legislative push to legalize the use of cannabis?
Well, madaming opinions on the matter, but I believe it also stems from the lack of several choices as far as medicine is concerned. Right now, yes, there are existing na mga gamot na. However, nakukulang kasi tayo ng choices especially yung mga patient na nangangailangan talaga. And dahil nagkukulang ng choices, in turn, parang dine-deprive din naman din natin yung mga nangangailangan to get the proper treatment that they should get at a more
Attorney
cost-effective
RB, before
rate.
we say that patients are being deprived or people with conditions are being deprived of marijuana or cannabis for medical purposes, can you explain to us, ano ba yung benefits ng medical marijuana?
Well, ang medical marijuana, napakaraming benefits nito in a sense na nung una, let's go back muna, bigyan natin ng historical perspective, bakit ba siya pinagbabawal? So, for so many years na, ginagamit na naman ito ng mga since ancient times. However, it wasn't until 1961 when the United Nations actually categorized this into a Schedule 4 drug. So, ano bang sinasabi pag sinabing Schedule 4 drugs? Yung Schedule 4 drugs, ito yung mga hardline dangerous drugs like heroin, methamphetamine. Pero, noong classify yung marijuana or cannabis into Schedule 4, yun yung panahon na wala pang masyadong research.
And Schedule 4, ano yung intensity niya in terms of how
Intensity
dangerous
niya
it is?
Ang effects dyan is, number 1, wala siyang approved na therapeutic claim. And it's lethal.
Okay, ganun ang pag
So, walang
sinabi.
benepisyo at nakamamatay.
Okay, pag
Yun.
level 4. Okay. Ano yung level 1, for example? Para lang maintindihan namin yung levels.
Yung sa level 1, ito yung mga drugs na binibigyan ka lang ng mga basic comforts. Actually, ngayon, ang marijuana, it's already classified as Schedule 1. So, parang ano lang siya, parang ang term is downer.
Okay. So, the
Kumbaga,
higher
pampakalma.
the schedule pala, the
more
more
dangerous
dangerous.
it is, yes.
Okay.
Yung mga Mogadon, parang downer, mga ganon,
Opo. Kumbaga, so lang kasi hindi talaga debilitating yung effects niya, minor lang, hindi naman masisira yung pag-iisip mo.
Yeah.
Pero, attorney,
So right now, at the international law level, what is the reclassification of marijuana now in this schedule?
Just for the information of everyone, according to my research on the matter, back in 2020, the United Nations, through the World Health Organization and the Commission, if I'm not mistaken, Commission on Narcotic Drugs, reclassified cannabis. And in fact, over 50 countries voted on this, on reclassifying it. Unsurprisingly, our country actually voted against it. But the basis of the UN in reclassifying this is simply because there is so much evidence which supports that it has so many medical benefits.
So, empirical data ang binasihan.
Yes, science.
And yet, for some reason, partner, the Philippines, or at least the Philippine position then, went against, they voted against that, no?
Yes.
So, ngayon, at present ba, sa tingin nyo ba, pwede magkaroon ng change as far as the policy is concerned? Knowing fully well na a greater majority of the international community, as represented in the UN, already agrees on the medical benefits of cannabis.
Yeah.
Well, that's the magic of our laws. Ang magic kasi ng batas natin is pwede itong magbago. It's always progressive and at the same time, it can change with the times. In fact, yung pagbabago, supported dyan actually ng constitutional provisions natin specifically dito. Number 1, andyan yung Article 2, Section 15. Binamandate yan ng ating Constitution that the state shall protect and promote the right to health. Number 1. Number 2, meron ding support po dyan finding in Article 13, Section 11. Our state should prioritize healthcare for everyone. So that includes the underprivileged, the sick, the elderly, and the disabled. And of course, andyan din po yung Article 3, Section 1, wherein it guarantees that there will be no deprivation of life, liberty, or property. So, dahil dyan sa pagbabago na yan, supported ito actually. Kasi hindi naman tayo nag-head papunta dun sa dangerous na legalization for recreational purposes. That's the reason why I said earlier, tandaan natin yung tatlong terms. Medical, regulated, constitutional. So wala naman po tayong malalabag dito. In fact, dahil nga dun sa classification ng use nito bilang medical drug lang talaga, it's gonna be a really big help, not just dun sa patients, but actually ang daming industries na maapektuhan.
Well, I have a question. Why is there any reluctance to grant this medical marijuana law? And how bad is it to also allow recreational marijuana? Because there are other areas like Amsterdam that make this legal, but they're a safe city. There's no issue in terms of peace and order.
Well, in the Philippine setting, we cannot necessarily compare what we have here with other countries, especially the Western countries. Kasi ang daming factors dito na tinitimbang kung bakit even yung society natin is against marijuana. Kasi yun nga, like I said, 60s pa lang, classify ito, bawal na. Hanggang sa nagtuloy-tuloy na. And in fact, some are even arguing that it's a gateway drug. Kumbaga, kapag nagsimula ka ng marijuana, susunod na dyan ang shabu, ang heroin, hanggang sa maging mas dangerous na. However, there's really no evidence that would support that In fact, kung ito nga ay mareregulate, mababawasan pa yon.
Yung kagaya ng sinabi ni Atty. Karen, I'm glad, partner, you cited the example of Amsterdam. Kasi ang pagkaintindi ko, there is a park in Amsterdam. Kasi sabi nila, the only way to regulate heroin use and opium use, for example, and to also prevent the spread of AIDS. Kasi kumakalat ang AIDS dahil yung mga needles na madudumi. Ang ginawa ng gobyerno, sabi nila, ito isang park. Dito kayo lahat. Kung gusto nyo mahay, punta lang kayo dito, bibigyan namin kayo ng malinis na syringe. Ito, mag-trip na kayo doon. Di ba? Then but you are limited to that place. So in other words, they regulated it that way, partner. And as you pointed out, the incidence of HIV went down, and then even the criminality to a certain extent also went down. So, hindi ba natin pwedeng gawin din yan dito na i-regulate na lang talaga, payagan, even recreational, even going beyond medical, no? Even recreational.
But you're just saying
payagan.
marijuana, not to the extent of other
Yes,
drugs.
just marijuana,
not
just
hardcore
cannabis.
drugs like in Amsterdam.
Di ba? Kasi kung kaya nila doon on a more dangerous drug, so to speak, knowing fully well the problem. Kaya sinabi nila, mas maganda i-regulate na natin ito. In the same way that sometimes also in some Western countries, they regulate prostitution. They allow it para sigurado walang AIDS and walang HIV. No? So, hindi ba natin pwede din gawin yan dito, i-regulate, and at the same time, by regulating, not only are you making sure that everybody is, it is a safer environment, they get the best quality cannabis, whether for recreation or for medical use, and at the same time, pwedeng kumita ang gobyerno. Kasi pwedeng i-tax, di ba, partner? Pwedeng i-tax yan. Kasi parang
alcohol
gambling,
and other other vices, right?
Other vices.
Yeah. Cigarettes.
Kaya syntax, di ba? So nandiyan na, hindi mo pwedeng itigil. There's no way you can stop it. So regulate and then tax and make money.
Actually, yun naman talaga yung yung pupuntahan natin dyan. Like I said, yung 3 words ko, regulation talaga is very necessary dito. Otherwise, it's gonna be chaos. Now, tama yung punto talaga. when you said earlier na yung binigyan lang ng area dun sa Amsterdam kung saan nila pwedeng gawin, even the syringe was clean, that's what we should really do here in the Philippines. There are several reasons kung bakit safer ito yung regulation Number one, there will be standardized quality and dosage. Hindi ka sosobra. Don't get me wrong. Based on studies, hindi naman talaga totally safe ang marijuana. In fact, it
So
can
meron
even...
din talagang risk.
Yes, there are risks.
Pero lahat naman ng drugs may risk.
Yes.
Fentanyl.
Yes.
Okay.
And we are going to limit that risk if we're able to regulate it. Now, aside from having standardized quality and dosage, of course, dapat merong medical oversight dyan. We have the Department of Health, the FDA, and even the PDEA. And actually din dito, hindi naman porke ililegalize mo yung isang bagay, hindi na rin pwedeng maapektuhan yung ibang aspeto. Like for example, although yes, we can legalize the use of medical marijuana. However, if it's gonna be used for recreational purposes, by all means and purposes, let's adopt the law. Andyan pa rin naman yung ating RA 9165. Kasi it's not for medical use Diba?
Yeah.
So anything other than the intended purpose of being used for medical use, i-enforce natin ang ating batas.
Well, based on the current draft of the bill that's been on third reading in Congress, what is your assessment of this centralized regulatory body called the Philippine Medical Cannabis Authority? Is it sufficient? Does it have sufficient powers to regulate cannabis/marijuana and to guard against the risk of wrong dosage?
Well, that's the beauty of being in that level right now. We're still at a stage wherein we can still improve whatever it is, na kung ano mang kulang sa kanya. Pero ang maganda kasi dito, dyan sa i-establish na body na yan, napakarami nating pwedeng gawin. The possibilities are endless in safeguarding it. Like for example, we're able to regulate it by having a registry, a national registry of qualified patients. Of course, doctors who can validly issue the prescriptions. At the same time, we can even list yung growers. See?
Uy, magandang negosyo.
Yeah.
If I may digest a bit, malaking negosyo ang cannabis sa North America.
Yeah, even Colorado,
diba?
they've been
diba?
able to
Billions,
provide
we're talking about
benefits to their
billions.
constituents because of
Yes.
what they were earning from
Even,
cannabis.
even partner yung mga warehouses na hindi nagagamit in certain states, no, na medyo napapabayaan na warehouses na hindi na kasi kailangan. Ngayon ay kumikita na kasi ginagawa nilang greenhouse.
Yeah.
Greenhouses to plant the cannabis, the marijuana, para nga gamitin for medicinal or recreational use. Because as we all know, while in the US, federally, bawal ang marijuana, but in certain states, and like Colorado, as you mentioned, allowed. Yung huling punta ko nga sa California, paglabas ko ng isang restaurant, amoy ko na kagad Sabi ko,
Yeah. So here's a question there. But I want to look at it from the side of those that view this as very risky.
correct.
Ano ba yung mga risks from a moral perspective? Are we sacrificing the future of our generations when it comes to allowing drugs to exist, even for medicinal purposes? Because we know that in the Philippines, yung enforcement is always a problem. So baka yung dapat for medical purposes mapunta sa recreational, lalo na when it gets into the hands of the younger generation, it might, be very detrimental to their educational progression, tsaka sa future nila.
Many will actually argue dyan na kung ito siguro nabigyan ng exposure, magkakaroon ito allegedly ng profound effect sa mga bata, saying if it's legalized, okay lang. However, we must really put things into perspective dito. It's not the rampant use of cannabis or marijuana. Hindi naman po yung rampant use. Kaya talaga dapat strictly limited tayo dun sa gamit niya kung ano ang purpose. In some countries abroad, like in the US, a 12-year-old can't get it from a dispensary. Kaya nga po mayroong regulation yan pagdating sa edad, kung sino yung pwede na makakuha. And even yung sa Israel, doon sa kanila talagang hindi ka pwedeng makakuha nun kung wala kang reseta. These are things that we can do. While I understand na yun nga, yung law enforcement sa atin is very difficult. Considering din naman na spread thin actually, no? Yung ating personnel, kulang eh. Again, sorry for the term. Pun intended, organic, yung mga organic natin na mga personnel, no? Kulang din para ma-supervise yan.
What about yung mga fake, madaling makakuha ng mga fake documents? Like, di ba sa dati nga recto, pwede ka kumuha. Anong kailangan mo?
Diploma.
Driver's license, graduation certificate. But yun nga, yung reseta, I know that a lot of people also use either fake prescriptions or those prescribed by personal friends of theirs. So baka makakuha sila ng prescription even if they don't have a condition that's authorized to have medical marijuana.
Sa ngayon talaga, hindi talaga natin masasabi na perfect. Sobrang dami ng loopholes na pwede. Tama yung sabi. Pwede namang mag-photoshop na nga lang eh. Di ba? Sabihin, uy, okay to. Kayang-kaya ko naman palang dayain na lang, no? Kaya dyan papasok talaga yung very strict regulation natin eh. I believe ang magiging sikreto dito para siguro maging successful to is if successful or maayos yung coordination ng ating government institutions. Specifically, andyan DOH, si FDA, si PDEA, yung ating law enforcement bodies, even Department of Agriculture, kung dadating na tayo dun sa punto ng pagko-cultivate na. Kasi, lahat ng parte ng plant talaga eh, pwedeng maging industry eh. Imagine, the oil, di ba, from the seeds, the leaves.
Mayroon na nga, para sa skin daw, papaganda daw ng skin.
Yeah.
Diba?
For
May mga cannabis,
CBD, yeah.
CBD,
I've been seeing those products abroad. Yung
Pampatulog,
mga,
yes.
Yeah, or even muscle recovery creams na merong CBD.
Gaganda yung kutis, partner. Pero hindi mo na kailangan.
Hindi na.
O ibang topic yan. Pag lifestyle. But my question is, ano yung history of cannabis or marijuana planting in the Philippines? Because for a while, I've been hearing that in the north, meron naman talaga, Sagada,
Yung
was
tinatawag
known
din
In the
as-
Cordilleras.
Baguio
Yes,
Gold.
yeah, exactly.
Tinatawag din ng Baguio Gold.
So,
diba?
was that able to bring income to the communities? Or ano yung, if we're looking at realistically yung naging history dito ng cannabis when it wasn't very well enforced, yung pag-crackdown against dangerous drugs as a
Parang
classification.
parang yung mga yung mga farmers na sa Colombia, di ba, sa South America.
Yeah, oh,
Yeah.
You're making
cocaine.
a lot of money by planting
Yeah.
cocaine.
Cocaine.
So I guess that's my question.
Mm.
Kasi if we're talking about benefits to the community,
Yes.
kung payagan to, historically ba, nung nagkakaroon dati ng mga plantation sa Sagada ng marijuana, is it the local communities that benefit from that? Or ano ba to? Baka mga sindikato yung nagtatanim?
Actually, we cannot say for certain, no? Pero kung titignan mo, kung ganun kalaki yung area kung saan nakakapagtanim sila. Kasi yung pag-monitor dyan, if I'm not mistaken, meron ng balita nun. Yung shot talaga is through a helicopter. Sobrang laki. Pero, medyo very clandestine talaga yung pagtatanim nila eh. What these people actually did is magtatanim sila ng tuna crops. One is mais na matangkad, yung variety na matangkad.
Para matakpan.
Yeah, para matakpan. And then the other crop, of course, is the cannabis, yung mababa. So, kung sakasakali man na i-survey sila, di ba, hindi agad makikita. So, the reason why I'm telling this is, it might actually be a concerted effort from the community. We don't know. Or perhaps, it's a very organized crime syndicate. We cannot say for certain.
Yun nga nangyayari sa South America eh. Even if the government is encouraging the farmers, no, planting what becomes cocaine eventually.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, mas kumikita sila dun eh.
Yeah.
And then even the poppy seeds, di ba, sa heroin in the areas near Turkey. At the end of the day, being a farmer, gusto mo yung kung ano yung pinaplant mo, mas malaki ang return.
Kung ano yung yield na
Kaya
maganda.
that's the sad part about
Is
it.
that a risk then, if we allow this medical
Yes.
marijuana law, that some of our agricultural land might be diverted to planting marijuana instead of addressing our food security concerns, which number one, rice, and then the other types of crops that are necessary talaga.
Kasi partner, pag high na tayo, hindi na tayo gugutumin.
But hindi mo naman tayo sakit.
Pero
Hindi
yung
tayo
iba,
magka-qualify.
food trip
Yeah.
pagkain na.
Ayun, pero chips
Yeah.
yung kinakain.
Yan nga.
But yeah,
Yun
so
nga.
is that a concern?
I don't believe na madadivert naman yung ating agricultural land to plant that. Kasi, just like any other crop, merong specific conditions kung saan siya nag-grow ng maganda.
True.
Tignan natin ng maigi. bakit sa dinami-dami ng lugar sa Pilipinas, nandun sa areas ng Cordilleras na sandamakmak ang mga bundok at mataas ang elevation, bakit doon tinatanim?
Kailangan ba malamig?
Di ba?
Is that
diba?
I don't know, yeah.
So, pwedeng baka ganun yung condition. So, alanganin naman siguro kung i-divert natin yung mga kapatagan sa Region 3 para lang magtanim ng marijuana dyan. No? So,
And this can be addressed by legislation.
yeah, definitely. That's the beauty of our laws. Whatever it is that's existing, we can change it, we can amend it, we can repeal it. And at the same time, again, it's high time that we do it.
Ang survey kasi, partner, I think more than 50% or 60% of Filipinos, of our countrymen, are actually in favor of legalizing the medicinal use of cannabis. So, siguro nakikita natin, nag-evolve na rin yung batas, no? Siguro. And because there is a stronger, perhaps as compared to years ago, ngayon may medyo mas gusto nakikita nila ang benefits of having medical cannabis in the country. I think what government should be doing, sa tingin niyo po, attorney, di ba, na to prepare for this eventuality, to strengthen the institutions on how to regulate, di ba? Importante yon. To come up with systems to ensure that it is not abused. Kasi yun nga, no, ang problema talaga, pwede namang i-abuse. Tama ang sinabi ni partner, ang problema nga sometimes is in the enforcement. Now, ang tanong ko do we have the expertise at present to be able to, if this is actually passed into law and medicinal use of cannabis is already allowed, kaya ba ng ating government infrastructure to regulate, monitor, and to ensure that it is not abused?
I believe that it can. It can be monitored. Why? There are drugs na before, very rampant pero na-regulate. My example would be yung antibiotics. Di ba before, over-the-counter, anybody can buy it.
Nung panahon namin, cough syrup.
Yes. Pero ngayon, yung
pero di ako
antibiotics.
gumamit, ha? Pag may ubo lang ako. Alam ko lang yun.
But yeah, I do agree now with
cough syrup.
Diba? Tignan po
antibiotics
ninyo.
are very strict, which is
Ang
good.
antibiotics, hindi mo na siya mabibili over the counter.
Correct.
The drugstores will actually ask you for the prescription. Kayo po ba to?
Ano bang
Diba?
tama ng antibiotics?
Kayo ba talaga to? Diba?
Ano bang tama ng antibiotics? Ano bang antibiotics for may
Well,
sakit?
ang reason kung bakit kasi siya ni-regulate is
Developing
if you consume
immunity,
too much,
no? Yeah.
yung immunity mo baka ma-compromise. At the same time, baka maging too much para sa kidneys mo to filter it.
Yeah.
Yun. So, isa pa, morphine. Morphine is
Painkiller.
addictive, but nevertheless, painkiller. Pero, hindi mo yan pwedeng bilhin din over the counter.
Correct.
Di ba?
That's true. And
Yung pag...
Masarap daw yun, yung morphine.
nakwento rin sa akin yan, Panero.
Pag may...
mga drug experts pala yung mga kasama ko today.
Hindi kasi yung sinasabi nila, yung may kunyari, sa gera, di ba? Yung sa Vietnam War.
Yeah.
Tapos,
No, I think they
tinamaan.
administer morphine also to cancer patients.
And then they say,
Because it's actually a humane thing to do. It's a good thing
Diba?
that you mentioned, yung gera, Vietnam War, World War II. We've often seen these scenes in the movies.
Yes.
Na when a soldier gets hit badly and segundo na lang mamamatay na yan, the humane thing to do is to let the person die without pain.
Okay. And on that note, I think we should continue this conversation on medical cannabis, whether this is part of compassionate care or a cause for concern. But for now, we'll have to take a short break. Abogado will be right back.
Welcome back. You're watching Abogado. The proposition, should medical cannabis be legalized in the Philippines? We're still here with Attorney R.B. Buenaflor, and our discussion has been getting higher and higher, you know. So we continue with this on what makes medical cannabis promising and what makes it controversial. Partner?
Okay, so here's my question. Do you believe there's sufficient public understanding right now and acceptance of medical marijuana for the law to be passed by Congress?
This is not based on research, pero sa akin lang, in my personal opinion, I don't believe it has the exposure that it should have. Kasi andun pa rin tayo sa old school thinking, yung stigma that marijuana is illegal, it's dangerous. Anything illegal is dangerous. However, nag-evolve ang times. that's precisely the reason why it was declassified from 1961. Tapos, na-move lang siya sa different classification in 2020. It took, 59 years?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ganun katagal.
Yeah.
Ngayon,
And
ang reason kasi doon, wala pang research. Wala pa yung sinasabi na reasons kung bakit okay siya. Ito, wag na lang natin pangalanan. Merong mga celebrities na nahuli with possession. Pero anong sinabi? For reasons nga kasi na it's for medical use eh.
Pero may sinabi kang na siguro dapat malaman ng tao.
Yeah.
Yung compassionate use.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ayun din. Isa sa mga concerns ng iba, bakit pa tayo magli-legalize? Meron naman tayo ng pinapayagan. When we say pinapayagan, meron na tayo yung compassionate use permit, kung tawagin. Yung mga may sakit na nag-a-avail nitong marijuana products for medical purposes, ang dami pang pinagdadaanan yan. Dumadaan yan sa FDA, dumadaan yan sa DOH. However, it's not really a route that's for everyone. It's actually for the moneyed Filipinos na merong time, may resources to get it. Paano naman yung ordinaryong Juan de la Cruz? Di ba? Wala siyang oras, resources para kunin yun at maghintay.
Can you give me examples of medical conditions wherein this compassionate use for medical marijuana has already been granted? Or in other countries where medical marijuana is legal, where this is often used?
In the US, I just forgot the name of the drug. Meron na silang pampatulog na based doon na wala namang side effects. In fact, very very minimal yung impact. Talagang natural lang talaga na papatulugin lang, mapabilis. Now, as far as yung application ng cannabis sa medical use, sobrang dami na rin kasi ng mga kayang i-treat nito eh.
Can you give examples ng mga conditions?
Epilepsy.
Epilepsy, okay.
Kasi yung nerves mo, it's too spike. It's spiking, di ba? Cancer, yung chronic pain, kung sobrang sakit na. And iba, kapag nag-chemotherapy, di ba? Sobrang sakit. So, ano ba yung mga pwedeng gawin para bumaba yung pain? Di ba? Isama na din natin dyan, brain aneurysm. Yan. Kasi, pinapakalma tayo nito eh. Pinapakalma tayo. And in fact, i-clarify ko lang din, yung kasing cannabis, merong different components yan eh. Okay, siguro narinig na natin yung terms na THC,
sa yung isa.
CBD.
Yung
Okay,
nakakahay, tapos yung isa
Oo
nakakantok.
nga, what are the differences? Perhaps you can educate us.
Yung THC, yung tetrahydrocannabinol or tetrahydrocannabinol, ito yung nagbibigay ng effect na high. Yun talaga.
So kung sakali bang medical marijuana, yan yung mga wala dapat, THC?
Actually, hindi natin masasabi na dapat siyang wala. But as of now, based on what we have, dapat siguro mas mag-focus dun sa binibigay na benefits nung ibang component ng marijuana, which is yung sa CBD, yung cannabidiol. Basically, yung nito, binibigay naman nung CBD is ito yung nagpapa-relax. Ito yung nagpapakalma. So, imagine natin kung dun muna tayo magsimula. Di ba? Kasi, proven talaga eh. Science naman yung basis eh. Hindi naman ito tipong, bro, okay yan. Hindi, it's your doctor telling you that you can use it. It's one of the options that you have. Kasi ang problema natin ngayon, yung menu natin, it's very limited eh. Diba? Ito lang yung mga pwedeng kunin. However, if we actually are able to add that as a choice, yung mga may sakit, they can use that.
And do you find that this is more beneficial, meaning when it comes to side effects, that medical marijuana offers a benefit?
Actually, lesser nga yung niya eh. Lesser nga yung negative side effects niya. Why? Kasi yung mga existing na mga
Synthetic
gamot,
drugs.
synthetic eh.
Oo.
Ito, pinatubo ng Diyos. Tumubo galing sa lupa, natural. This is not man-made.
Herbal.
And
And sinasabi nga ba, it's a leaf. It's actually a leaf. So, hindi synthetic.
But cocaine is also a leaf,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Yung
In fact,
pinanggalingan niya.
Yung cocaine, alam mo ba, sabi nila, originally daw, some drinks actually had
Yes.
cocaine in
I've
it.
seen a coca
Diba?
tea in
Diba?
Peru.
Oo.
It's made from
Oo.
cocaine
Yeah.
leaves, but hindi siya nakakahay. It's
Yes, yes, yes.
And the Andes, they use it daw
Yes.
to...
For energy.
For energy and also to fight yung nausea sa mga high
yes.
altitude.
Kaya dyan talaga papasok yung regulation.
Regulation.
Regulation kasi nga naman, is it helpful? Yes. However, if you take too much, it's
Anything
bad.
naman. Anything naman, too
anything.
much alcohol. And
Yes,
Kaya sabi
definitely.
yung famous singer, si Bob Marley, yung reggae. di ba?
Yes.
Sabi niya, yung ano daw, marijuana is a herb that heals the nation.
Yes.
While alcohol is destructive of the nation. Ayun naman ang argument niya, kaya palagi siyang high.
Sometimes I can't even wrap my head around that fact. Bakit merong mga products na wala naman talagang magandang effect?
Oo.
Well, nicotine, for
Diba?
example.
Nicotine, for example. Let's take
Correct.
cigarettes, for
Cigarettes,
example. Soft drink, soda. Diba? Sobra-sobra yung possible na mga sakit na pwedeng makuha dyan. Diba? And yet, it's not necessarily regulated. It's
Yeah.
allowed.
Well, but I guess the question is the effect on human beings. Because even if you drink a lot of sodas, mataas nga yung sugar, pero you're functional. You're fully functional. So I guess the question when it comes to marijuana is, does it lead people to be unproductive? Does it lead them to be violent and to also commit crimes on the side? Because I know may relation talaga yung mga like shabu and also theft or burglary,
Yeah,
diba?
that's a very good question, partner. And I'll help attorney answer that also. Kasi based on studies, yung gumagamit ng marijuana, they're actually peaceful. Kasi yun lang nga ang delikado, it could be an entry drug. Pag sawa ka na dyan, you go to a higher drug. That can be like shabu, for example, na pwede ka maging violente. Kaya nga siguro they really want to regulate. But majority, lalo na yung mga artists, parang they find inspiration. In fact, merong study na nabasa ko, and this may be really quite outrageous, but actually some scientists are seriously considering LSD, yung psychedelic drugs, partner. Mga psychedelic drugs, which is of course of a higher level than marijuana, na siguro ay ito daw ay nakakagamot na certain mental disorders nakakagamot. And they found out that a lot of people, that certain artists, so to speak, that used LSD opens a certain portion of the brain that allows you to think beyond what's available to you if you were not under it. So they are seriously studying now, partner, the use of psychedelic drugs, di ba? And this was very popular in the 60s,
Yes.
di ba? LSD, kanta nga ng The Beatles,
Yes.
Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds.
Yung pala yun.
Yun.
It's initials for LSD.
Yung lyrics, picture yourself with a boat full of marmalade skies.
Yes.
Di ba? Ibig sabihin na nag-hallucinate ka na.
Yeah.
Pero pinag-aaralan ngayon ng mga scientists yan na baka ito sa mga isang pwede natin tignan na baka magiging gamot sa isang sa mga mental sickness daw.
In fact,
interesting.
going back, no, yung mga proponents nito actually yung mga yung mga psychiatrists Sila pa yung nag-prescribe niyan. Suddenly, some of the patients would even have epiphanies. 'Di ba? Or some part of their brain would open up wherein they would see clear visions for their path. Ang dami, no? Kaya totoo talaga 'yun. Studies are ongoing, ano? Pero 'yun nga, medyo extreme siya kasi synthetic 'yun eh.
Synthetic.
'Di ba?
So we would want to, of course, be conservative on this. Let's look
Yeah.
at one, something that's really organic, which is marijuana, and what's supported by medical research.
Definitely.
So, pero kung may strong arguments na for legalizing medical marijuana, from a practical side, what do you think is preventing our Congress from passing this law?
Well, number one, yung ating resources to regulate it, no? Very limited, like I said earlier. Spread thin yung ating government agencies. And in fact, yun nga lang ating kapulisan, napakakonti. Yung ating PDEA pa kaya, mas konti sila. Hindi natin ma-regulate ng maigi. Kasi kulang tayo ng tao. Also, meron din tayong stumbling blocks as far as yung laws are concerned. Why? Kaya hindi pa ito magawa kasi kulang pa tayo nung legislation to support it. Kasi until now, di ba, yung RA 9165, ang classification niya dito sa marijuana, it's still illegal. So, sasabihin, naku, mukhang marami tayong policies na dapat baguhin dito. Policy sa DOH, policy sa FDA, kulang eh. Bukod doon, we should also factor in yung culture, no? Culture ng Filipino. Sinasabi kasi na itong gamot na to, ito ba talaga yung kailangan? Eh, meron namang existing na gamot. Di ba? Do we really have to add something new kung meron namang gumagana na? Di ba?
What about the church? Do you think that plays a role as well? Meaning, Philippines
Perhaps.
still being a Catholic, predominantly Catholic country, and it's been perceived as an issue when it comes to passing laws like legalizing divorce. Meron din bang ganung factor when it comes to medical marijuana?
There's a very strong possibility in the Philippine setting. Many would argue that it's against moral or cultural values, no? Kasi nga naman iba ang ating kinalakan, iba ang ating kinasanayan, pero it's very ironic din. Kasi in Filipino culture, we're actually known for our compassion. 'Di ba? Bakit sa dinami-dami ng caregiver sa mundo, bakit ang Pilipino ang talagang highly sought after? Andun yung compassion eh. 'Di ba? And in fact, helping the sick is a moral obligation. 'Di ba? Bakit tignan natin yung mga may sakit, bakit natin aalagaan? Minsan nga kahit hindi natin kilala, kung kaibigan natin, tutulong tayo. So, it's very ironic na it's against our moral and cultural values. When in fact, kung ilalagay naman natin siya sa context ng pagbibigay ng compassion by allowing this for medical use, diba? I don't see any problems with that. So, madami-dami pa tayo talagang i-reconcile dito, legally, culturally. But it's high time that we really talk about this matter. Kasi, for me, personally, I believe mas marami yung ating pros kesa yung cons dito.
Well, this bill was filed, I think, over 11 years ago, around 2014,
Yeah.
by then Representative
Albano. Yeah, of Isabela.
Matagal na yun, 11 years.
Tagal
Do you think this should be part of the priority bills in the 20th Congress?
Well, anything related to the health of our people should really be prioritized. Kasi dito rin papasok eh. Ano bang mauuna? Yun bang pag-i-enforce natin ng ating existing na batas o yung health ng tao? I don't believe there should be any question. Health should always come first. Diba? So, if the question is, dapat ba itong i-prioritize? I believe so. Kasi imagine mo, ang layo ng gap, 2014 siya final sa House.
So attorney,
Yeah.
okay, so I think there's really a move na nga, no, na talagang illegalize. Pero yun nga, huli na naman tayo kumikilos, no, ang Pilipinas. Kasi, can you tell us, ilan na ba sa buong mundo na legalize ang medicinal use of cannabis? Ilang mga jurisdictions na ang allowed?
It's already over 60 eh. Of course,
Over
number
60.
one.
Yun na nga,
Okay.
di ba?
Over 60 countries. Huwag na tayong lumayo. Ang pinakamalapit sa atin, Thailand.
Yes. And ito pa, I was in Thailand about 2 years ago. I joined an official trip, no. And that was the time na 2 weeks pa lang inalaw ang cannabis sa Thailand. I think both for medicinal and recreational. Nagkaroon ng maraming what you call marijuana shops all over the city.
Yeah.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Well, in the sense, it was a good thing economically because, again, kasi legalized and regulated, and lalong dumami ang turista sa Thailand. Although, nagkaroon daw ng konting backslide, sinasabi ng iba, mga critics na because of the openness, it encourages some of the people to go into other drugs. But then again, that has to be really studied, no? The empirical data kung ano ba talaga. Pero yun nga bakit 60 countries na sa buong mundo ay naniniwalang kailangan illegalize na at least for medicinal use. Okay, wag na muna recreational. At bakit tayo naman ay matagal kumilos dito?
Siguro, ang good thing dito kasi na nakikita natin yung ibang bansa kung paano yung ginagawa nila is pwede nating pulutin yung maganda and i-discard yung pangit.
Best practices.
Yeah, best practices. Take for example, if I'm not mistaken, doon sa Israel, very tight talaga doon Talagang walang recreational use. Talagang purely for medical lang talaga. In fact nga, yung pag-cultivate nila doon, parang hindi pa sila gumagamit ng lupa.
Hydroponics.
Oo, yung pag-grow nun. Talagang pure lang talaga. No? Ngayon, that being said, dahil din naman talaga very limited yung pwedeng makakuha nito, in that way, pwede mo talaga siyang masabing regulated. Dahan-dahan yan eh. Gaya nung nasabi ko kanina, bakit ang antibiotics hindi mo na pwedeng bilhin over the counter? So, what if we apply that to medical marijuana? Hindi naman pwede that everyone can get it. Pare, birthday ko ngayon. Pabili nga ng marijuana. Hindi naman pwede yun eh. Diba? Ang pwede dyan, sir, I am sick, this is my condition, this is my prescription, it was prescribed by a doctor. Taking it to the extreme. What if the doctors, no, yung someone who would lose their license, yun pa yung o-order sa pasyente?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
Diba?
last
Ang dami,
question,
ang
because
daming
you're talking
measures.
about compassionate care.
Yeah.
If this were legalized, medical marijuana, do you think that the government can fund this for barangay health centers or should do that? Considering that if you need a prescription, that means going to a doctor, paying for medical fees, and incurring so much cost then.
Actually, ang Pilipinas, very creative na mga tao. Now, the reason why I'm saying this is because there are several ways to create revenue to fund this. Take for example, back in college, in the College of Law, I was doing my thesis. There's this law wherein those wrongfully imprisoned or victims of violent crimes can obtain what do you call this, compensation. If I'm not mistaken, they are allowed to get funds, and this is funded through every court case that would be filed in court. I think 5 pesos ang pwedeng maitabi. So, kung ang problema natin dito sa pag-fund ng medical marijuana ay ganun, ang dami nating pwedeng ang dami nating pwedeng pagkuhanan ng source. Like for example, ang dami naman ng mga big pharmaceutical companies, 'di ba? What if magkaroon ng tax-related na mga laws saying na kapag classified ka as a pharmaceutical company, you will add to this fund. 'Di ba? Ang daming paraan.
So, okay.
So, if the problem is funding, it's not a problem.
Yeah. Well, I think we've reached a point where we're out of time for further discussions, but what would be your key message to those listening, Attorney RB?
Well, of course, thank you very much. I'll just keep it simple. Tandaan po natin, I'll be consistent. Medical, regulated, constitutional. Hindi po ito bawal. Pwede po ito. At the same time, it's not for recreational use. It's for medical purposes. Why should we deprive people who actually need it from getting it? They will not be deprived of having a choice. Diba? So kung ang fear ba ng tao is madedegrade na yung morals ng bansa dahil malegalize to, I don't think that's the case. Nagbabago po ang panahon. Nagbabago ang needs. Hindi ko naman sinasabi na cure-all ang marijuana. Merong risk yan. But nevertheless, it's a choice that can be safe if it will be well-regulated by our government. Well, sinasabi nga po, kung pinatubo ng Diyos, gamitin natin ang wasto at lubos. Yun lang po.
Wow, meron pa siyang ending. Nakikita ko na si Attorney RB, napipicture ko na siyang resource person
Pwede,
sa
no?
Congress
Sa
when
Congress.
they hear this bill.
Saka yung sinabi niya, partner, pwede rin sa mining yun.
Ganun ba? Pag pinatubo ng Diyos,
Pinatubo ng Diyos,
gamitin
ng wasto at lubos.
So, magandang tagline din yun.
Very good. Meron na akong naalala ngayon when I think of medical marijuana. Thank you so much, Attorney RB.
Salamat po.
Well, partner, what struck you most?
Well, I think yung final lines ni
Yeah.
Attorney RB na pag pinatubo ng Diyos,
Tama.
gamitin ng wasto at ng lubos.
Ako naman, partner, sa akin, maganda talaga yung discussion. What struck me is the intellectual honesty also of our guest, Attorney Arvin, na talaga pinapakita niya kung ano naman talaga ang advantage kung talaga illegalize natin. Kasi at the end of the day, sometimes, nagiging hipokrito din tayo sa society, di ba? Kung pwede naman at regulated, bakit hindi? Kaya tuloy yung dating presidente ng Amerika, di ba? Tinanong siya, did you ever smoke marijuana? Sabi niya, no, but somebody saw you. Yeah, I did, but I did not inhale.
That is
Very
so
qualified.
fun. Okay,
Well, anyway,
but I really like this discussion because it
Yes.
is pending in Congress. I mean, the bills have been filed, so it is high time,
Yeah, high time.
pun intended,
Yeah.
to be discussing
Yeah.
this. And we'd like to thank Attorney R.B. Buenaflor for sharing his balanced perspective that helped us better understand the opportunities and responsibilities that come with this proposed legislation.
Some topics raise more questions than answers, but it's in the asking that we grow as a nation. Tonight, we've taken one more step toward that growth.
That's our promise here on Abogado, to bring reason, respect, and real conversations to every issue. This is Abogado. Good night.